I mean, you guys can't tell this, but I've recorded this video so many times. Um, Not just today as well, but I'm doing a video on my emetophobia, not just me explaining what it is and how it affects me. I'm going to be answering questions that people gave me because I'm lazy, and if I didn't, I would have to think of what to say. So, this video is going to be me probably very anxious, me very fidgety. I also have a very active baby who is kicking me in the ribs, so don't mind that if I just go, ah, okay. So, this is, don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, what is emetophobia? Emetophobia is a fear of vomit. Some people struggle with themselves vomiting, some people struggle with other people vomiting, some people, like me, struggle with both. So, I struggle if I'm vomiting, if someone else is vomiting, if I hear someone vomiting, if I hear someone cough, I get a little bit anxious. Yeah. Is it something that started during pregnancy? No, it's not. I've struggled with it way before pregnancy, unfortunately. But that brings me on to the next question, which is, have you always had it? I was around about 3 or 4 when it started. I was just going into big school, primary school, elementary school, whatever you call it, and I was force fed beans, not baked beans. So when I say that, I don't mean they literally force fed me beans. They just wouldn't let me go until I ate them. Clearly, my mind and body did not want the beans, because I threw them up and I never ate beans again. So yeah, it's really weird how something so little can affect you. But does it affect your everyday life? Yes, definitely. Even when there's nothing going on, even if I'm fine, everyone's fine, that thought at the back of my mind is still there that, oh shit, I'm gonna be sick today, or someone's gonna be sick today, or my cat's gonna be sick today. Although it doesn't affect me as much. But yeah, it does affect me every day. It's a massive struggle, but I got through. How do you react when yourself or someone else gets sick? When someone else is sick, I will run, I'll hide, I'll do anything to not be around them, which can be very difficult if it's your mum or your dad or your boyfriend that you live with. But yeah, as long as I don't see them or hear them be sick, then I'm fine and I can go about my day. But if I do, then we have trouble. But if I myself feel sick, then I have like a little routine, I guess, where I'll lie down on the bed for hours. I carry water everywhere with me. I have about 3 different water bottles in my bedroom alone. I'll probably cry. Sometimes it's just better for me if I just cry than to just have a panic attack. It can stop a panic attack. Surprisingly, it can stop me from being feeling sick. It can stop me from being sick. Crying is quite a big one up there actually. But also cuddling and back tickles from my boyfriend will definitely help a panic attack. Although he will only do it if he knows that he's allowed. Yeah. What advice would you give someone to help me out? So if I feel sick, then unless you didn't and I've allowed you to touch me, then don't touch me or talk to me or anything, because I'll probably just be silent. I'll probably be staring into space. I'll probably be practicing my breathing or crying or lying down still. But yeah, unless I speak to you first, probably best not to talk to me. If you're an alcohol drinker and you ask me to go for a drink with you, not gonna happen, especially not now because I am 24 weeks pregnant. But even before that, well, even before that, no. I haven't been drunk or had a proper drink for since I turned 18 really, but alcohol makes me a lot more anxious anyway, so I'm not going to go clubbing with you basically. Most things I say no to are probably due to my phobia. I don't go out for meals unless I've already been somewhere that we're going, so if we're going to McDonald's, that's cool. If we're going to a posh restaurant that's 50 minutes from my house, then probably not. I've never been there, couldn't even tell you the name. So yeah, don't be angry if I say no, because that's just me. If you mention the word sick, then I'll tell you to stop. I'll tell you to shut up. I'll change the subject. I'll be a bitch. Whatever. Just don't mention it. And if you do, then don't make a big thing out of it. If you be like, oh yeah, I was sick, and then you make a big deal out of it, then you're gonna make me think more about it, and you're gonna make me panic more. So yeah. Never go into detail about anything. I do not want to know about your stomach bug. I don't think anyone really wants to, but yeah. A lot of people normally ask why the word sick, I mean it's not written down here, but the word sick and vomit and stuff makes me kind of overthink things. Along with the emetophobia, also comes with a vivid imagination. So if I know what you look like, I'll probably be imagining you being sick if you mention you being sick. So yeah. How are you going to deal with Lola throwing up? I just am. I don't know. She's my daughter. She's my child. And as a mom, as a mother, I'm willing to rub her back or clean up her sick or be there for her when she needs me. If Dylan is around, if he's not at work and if he's able to deal with it, he probably will be, but if he's not, then there's nothing really I can do about it. I'll just have to deal. I'll just have to grow up a little and realise that this is not about me, it's about my daughter now. And if I do have a panic attack while she's around, then I'll have to get out of it really quickly. But yeah. How did you deal with morning sickness? I didn't really deal with it. I was pretty lucky. I only threw up a few times. But I was very nausea, is that the word? Whatever. So that affected me more than actually throwing up did, surprisingly. But I just dealt with it, breathed through my nose and relaxed and did my routine and made sure that I didn't panic, I guess. I did have one panic attack when I was about 16 or 17 weeks, and that was because I just felt sick and it just came out of nowhere really, which I guess it does, but yeah, I could either have a full-blown panic attack and stress out my baby and stress out me, or I could breathe and not overthink it and do things to help me out. And yeah, I did eventually see the doctor and he did give me pills and he did help me not overcome it but make it better. So that's the video. Wasn't very good. Well, wasn't very informative, I guess, but there's not much to say really, apart from I have a fear of vomiting. I do not like vomiting. I will have a panic attack if I vomit, if other people vomit. And I don't know how I'm gonna help with throwing a sick child, basically, but I will. And I have done it for 24 weeks, and I have done it for 15 years. So I can only do it another 15 more, and the rest obviously. But thanks for watching. If you do have any more questions, then please feel free to ask. I'm very open about my phobia, and I would also like to share my experience with others, especially others who are pregnant and who have been through the whole morning sickness and stuff. So yeah, my details are down below. Thanks for watching.